So hello everyone, uh, I am welcoming you to my filter circuit part 2 section video. So before going through this video, you have to go through the part 1 section, then you will clearly understand the filter circuit, and you will get the part 1 section in my description. So myself Mr. Shantanu Noskar, Assistant Professor of Electrical Department, GKCM GIS Group, and my mail ID is shantanu.uit@gmail.com and shantanu.noskar_gkcm@gisgroup.org, and this is my Facebook page, Being Electrify with Shantanu. You can get all the lecture in my Facebook page and also in my YouTube channel. Okay, so this is your syllabus which I have already discussed. Electric circuit theory, course code PCW 301, and already I have covered all the syllabus: introduction, graph theory, coupled circuit, Laplace transform, network theorem, two-port network, and I'm continuing the filter circuit. After this I will cover the Fourier series and Fourier transform. So please go through this video, and before going through this video you have to go through the part 1 section. Okay, so a low pass filter is a circuit that can be designed to modify, reshape, or reject all unwanted high frequencies of an electrical signal and accept or pass only those signals wanted by the circuit designer. Okay, the simple word. So in other words, they filter out unwanted signals, and an ideal filter will separate and pass sinusoidal input signal based upon their frequency. So in low frequency application up to 100 kilohertz, passive filter are generally constructed using simple RC circuit, which means resistor capacitor network. And while high frequency filter, which is above 100 kilohertz, are usually made from RLC component, which is resistor, inductor, and capacitor. Okay, so passive filter are made up of passive components such as resistor, capacitor, and inductor, and have no amplifying element, which is transistor, op amp, etc. So have no signal gain, therefore their output level is always less than the input. Now filters are so named according to their frequency range of signal that they allow to pass through them while blocking or attenuating at the rest. The most commonly used filter designed are the low pass filter. Look here, just I summarize all filter. The low pass filter only allows low frequency signal from 0 Hz to its cutoff frequency FC point to pass while blocking those any higher. The high pass filter only allows high frequency signal from its cut off frequency FC point and higher to infinity to pass through while blocking those any lower. Now the band pass filter here, the band pass filter allows signal falling within a certain frequency band setup between 2 points to pass through while blocking both the lower and higher frequency either side of this frequency band. Okay, so if you go through this circuit, you can already understand this is the pass band, stop band, pass band, stop band. Now go through the band stop filter, pass band, stop band, pass band. Okay, now simple first order passive filter can be made by connecting together a single resistor and a single capacitor in series across an input signal V input with the output of the filter V output taken from of the junction of these two components. Now depending on which way around we connect the resistor and the capacitor with regards to the output signal determines the type of filter construction, resulting in either a low pass filter or a high pass filter. As the function of any filter is to allow signal of a given band of frequencies to pass unaltered while attenuating or weakening all other these are not wanted. Now we can define the amplitude response characteristics of an ideal filter by using an ideal frequency response curve, okay, which is shown here. Now filter can be divided into two distinct types, active filter and passive filter. Active filter contains amplifying device to increase signal strength, while passive do not contain amplifying devices to strengthen the signal. As there are two passive components within a passive filter, design the output signal has a smaller amplitude than its corresponding input signal. Therefore, passive RC filter attenuates the signal and have a gain or less than 1, which is unity. Now a low pass filter can a combination of capacitance, inductance or resistance intended to produce high attenuation above a specified frequency and little or no attenuation below that frequency. Now the frequency at which the transition occur called cutoff or corner frequency. The simplest low pass filter consists of resistor and capacitor, but more sophisticated low pass filter have a combination of series inductor and parallel capacitor. So here we will look at the simplest type, a passive two component RC low pass filter. Okay, so a simple passive RC low pass filter, or it's called LPF, can be easily made by connecting together in series a single resistor and a single capacitor as shown here. So in this type of filter arrangement, the input signal V in is applied to the series combination, both the resistor and capacitor together, but the output signal V out is taken across the capacitor only. This type of filter is known generally as a first order filter or one pole filter. While first order, why this name first order or single pole? Because it has only one reactive component, the capacitor in the circuit. As mentioned here, which I mentioned previous, in capacitive reactance slide, the reactance of a capacitor varies inversely with frequency, while the values of resistor remain constant as the frequency changes. At low frequency, the capacitor reactance Xc of the capacitor will be very large compared to the resistive value of the resistor. This means that the voltage potential Vc across the capacitor will be much larger than the voltage drop Vr developed across the resistor. Now at a high frequency, the reverse is true, with Vc being small and Vr being large due to change in the capacitive reactance value. Now while the circuit above is that of an RC low pass filter circuit, it can also be though of as a frequency dependent variable potential divider circuit, similar to the one we looked at the resistor. So in this method, we use the following equation to calculate the output voltage or two signal resistor connected in series, which is V out equals to V in into R2 by R1 plus R2, where R1 plus R2 equals to RT, the total resistance of the circuit. And we also know the capacitive reactance, a capacitor in AC circuit, Xc equals to 1 by 2 pi F in ohm, Fc in ohms. Now opposition of two current flow in an AC circuit is called impedance. Okay, symbol Z, and for a series circuit consisting of a single resistor in series with a single capacitor, the circuit impedance is calculated as Z equals to root over R square plus Xc square. Then by substituting our equation for impedance here into the respective potential divider equation, then RC potential divider equation is V out equals to V in into Xc by root over R square plus Xc square, which is also called V in Xc by Z. So by using the potential divider equation of two resistors in series and substituting for impedance, we can calculate the output voltage of an RC filter for any given frequency. Now go through an example of low pass filter. Look here, a low pass filter circuit consisting of a resistor 47 kilo ohm in series with a capacitor of 47 nanofarad is connected across a 10 volt sinusoidal supply. Now calculate the output voltage V out at a frequency of 100 Hz and again at frequency of 10,000 Hz or 10 kilohertz. Now look here, voltage output at frequency of 100 Hz, which is Xc equals to 1 by 2 pi Fc. The value is 33863 ohm, and now V out equals to V in into Xc by root over Rc square plus Xc square. The value is 9.9 volt. Now voltage output at frequency of 10,000 kilohertz or 10 kilohertz or 10,000 hertz. The value is Xc equals to 1 by 2 pi Fc, which is 338.6 ohm, and V out is V in into Xc by root over Rc square plus Xc square, which is mean 0.1718 volt. Now talking about frequency response, we can see from the result here that as the frequency applied to the RC network increased from 100 Hz to 10 kHz, the voltage drop across the capacitor, and therefore the output voltage V out, which is from the circuit, decreased 9.9 volt to 0.178. Look here, 9.9 to 0.718 volt. Now by plotting the network output voltage against different value of input frequency, the frequency response curve or Bode plot function of the low pass filter circuit can be found here. Look here. So this is the plot. The Bode plot shows the frequency response of the filter to be nearly flat for low frequency, and all the input signal is passed directly to the output, resulting in a gain or nearly 1 called unity. Now until it reaches its cutoff frequency point Fc, this is because the reactance of the capacitor is high at low frequency and blocks any current flow through the capacitor. After this cutoff frequency point, response of the circuit decreases to 0 at a slope of -20 decimal by decade or -6 decimal by octave roll up. Note that the angle of the slope, these 20 decimal by decade roll up, will always be the same for any RC combination. So just detailing, I am saying that any high frequency signal applied to the low pass filter circuit above this cutoff frequency point will become greatly attenuated, that is, they rapidly decrease. This happens because a very high frequency, the reactance of the capacitor becomes so low that it gives the effect of a short circuit condition on the output terminal, resulting in zero output. Then by carefully selecting the correct resistor capacitor combination, we can create a RC circuit that allows a range of frequency below a certain value to pass through the circuit unaffected, while any frequency applied to the circuit above this cutoff point to be attenuated. Now creating what is commonly called a low pass filter. So for this type of low pass filter circuit, all the frequencies below this cutoff Fc point that are unaltered with little or no attenuation are said to be in the filter passband zone. This passband zone also represented the bandwidth of the filter. Any signal frequency above this point, cutoff point, are generally said to be the filter stopband zone, and they will be greatly attenuated. Now this cutoff or corner or breakpoint frequency is defined as being the frequency point where the capacitive reactance and resistance are equal. Then R equals to Xc equals to 47 kilo ohm. When this occurs, the output signal is attenuated 70.7% of the input signal value or -3 decimal, which is 20 log V out by V in of the input. So although Rc equals to Xc, the output is not half of the input signal. This is because it is actual to the vector sum of the two, and this therefore 0.707 of the input. Okay, so as the filter content capacitor, this phase angle of the output signal lags behind that of the input and at the -3 decibel cutoff frequency, FC is -45 degree out of phase. This is due to the time taken to charge the plates of the capacitor as the input voltage changes, resulting in the output voltage, the voltage across the capacitor, lagging behind that of the input signal. The higher the input frequency applied to the filter, the more the capacitor lags. The circuit becomes more out of phase. The cutoff frequency point and phase shift angle can be found by using this equation. Fc equals to 1 by 2 pi RC, which is means 720 Hz, and phase shift equals to this. Okay. So then, for our simple example, low pass filter circuit, above the cutoff frequency Fc is given 720 Hz with an output voltage of 70.7% of input voltage value and phase shift angle -45 degree. So now I will discuss about second order low pass filter. Thus we have seen that simple first order RC low pass filter can be made by connecting a single resistor in series with a single capacitor. This single pole arrangement gives us a roll off slope of -20 decibel per decade, attenuation of frequency above cutoff point at -3 decibel. However, sometimes in filter circuit, this -20 decibel per decade and -6 decibel per octave angle of the slope may not be enough to remove an unwanted signal. Then two stage of filter can be used, which is shown in this figure. So the above circuit used two passive first order low pass filter connected or cascaded together to form a second order or two pole filter network. Therefore, we can see that a first order low pass filter can be converted into second order type by simply adding an additional RC network to it, and the more RC stages we add, the higher become the order of the filter. Okay, so if a number of n of such RC stages are cascaded together, the resulting RC filter circuit would known as nth order filter with a roll off slope of nx -20 decibel per decade. Okay, so just for an example, second order filter would have a slope of -40 decibel per decade to -20 -12 decibel per octave. A fourth order filter would have a slope of -80 decibel per decade and -24 decibel per octave, just for an example, and like so on. So this means that the order of the filter is increased, the roll off slope becomes steeper, and the actual stop band response of the filter approach its ideal stop band characteristic. Now, second order filters are important and widely used in filter designing because when combined with first order filter, any higher order nth value of filter can be designed using them. For example, a third order low pass filter is formed by connecting in series or cascading together a first and second order low pass filter. But there is a downside to cascading together RC filter stage. Although there is no limit to the order of the filter that can be formed as the order increases, the gain and the accuracy of the final filter decline. When identical RC filter stages are cascaded together, the output gain at the required cutoff frequency Fc is reduced by an amount in relation to the number of filter stages used as a roll off slope increase. Now we can define the amount of attenuation at the following selected cutoff frequency using this following formula. Passive low pass filter gain at Fc equals to 1 by √2 to the power n, where n is the number of filter stages. So for a second order passive low pass filter, the gain at the corner frequency Fc will be equals to 0.7071 into 0.7071, which is 0.5 V in, okay, within bracket -6 decibel. A third order passive low pass filter will be equal to 0.353 V in minus n9 decibel, and fourth order 0.25 V in minus 20 decibel, as so on. Now the corner frequency or cutoff frequency for a second order passive low pass filter is determined by the resistor by capacitor RC combination, and it is given by this second order filter corner frequency formula. Fc equals to 1 by 2 pi root over R1 C1 R2 C2 Hertz. Okay, so in reality, as the filter stages and therefore its role of strobe increase, the low pass filter minus 3 dB corner frequency 3 decibel corner frequency point, and therefore its pass band frequency change from its original calculated value above by an amount determined by the following equation. So frequency of minus 3 dB, cutoff frequency root over 2 to the power 1 by n minus 1, where Fc is the calculated cutoff frequency, n is the filter order, and F minus 3 dB is a new minus 3 decibel pass band frequency as a result in increase of the first order filter. Then the frequency response of Bode plot for a second order low pass filter assuming the same minus 3 decibel cutoff point would like this. This is the frequent response of second order low pass filter. So in practice, cascading passive filter together to produce large order filter is difficult to implement accurately, as the dynamic impedance each filter order affects its neighborhood network. However, to reduce the loading effect, we can make the impedance of each following stage 10 into the previous stage. So R2 equals to 10 into R1 and C2 equals to 1 by 10 C1. Now second order and above filter network are generally used in the feedback circuit of op-amps, making what are commonly known as active filter or as a phase shift network in RC oscillator circuit. Now talking about the low pass filter summary. The low pass filter has constant output voltage from DC, which is in 0 Hz, up to a specified cutoff frequency Fc point. This cutoff frequency point is 0.707 or minus 3 decibel. Okay, so of the voltage gain allowed to pass. So decibel we can calculate. Decibel equals to minus 20 log V out by V. So the frequency range below this cutoff point Fc is generally known as the pass band, as the input signal is allowed to pass through the filter. The frequency range above this cutoff point is generally known as stop band, as the input signal is blocked or stopped from the passing through. Now a simple first order low pass filter can be made using single resistor in series with a single non-polarized capacitor or any single reactive components across an input signal V, with which the output signal V out is taken from across the capacitor. The cutoff frequency or minus 3 decibel point can be found using the standard formula Fc equals to 1 by 2 pi RC. The phase angle of the output signal at Fc and is minus 45 degree for a low pass filter. Now the gain of the filter or any filter for that matter is generally expressed in decibels and is a function of the output value divided by its corresponding input value, is given by gain in dB equals to 20 log V out by V, in which I have already discussed. Okay. Now the application of low pass filter are in audio amplifier and speaker system to direct the lower frequency bass signals to the larger bass speaker, or to reduce any high frequency noise or hiss type distortion. When used like this is an audio application, the low pass filter is sometimes called high cut or treble cut filter. Now if we were to reverse the position of the resistor and capacitor in the circuit so that the output voltage is now taken from across the resistor, we would have a circuit that produces an output frequency response curve similar to that of a high pass filter, and this is discussed in the next tutorial. So now I will discuss about time constant. Until now, we have been interested in the frequency response of a low-pass filter when subjected to sinusoidal wave. We have also seen that the filter cutoff frequency Fc is the product of the resistance R and the capacitance C in the circuit with respect to some specified frequency point, and that by altering any one of the two components altered this cutoff frequency point by either increasing it or decreasing it. Now we also know that the phase shift of all the circuit lags behind that of the input signal due to the time required to charge and then discharge the capacitor as the sine wave changes. The combination of R and C produce a charging and discharging effect on the capacitor known as time constant, which is denoted by tau. Look here, tau. So circuit of seen as in RC circuit tutorial. Okay, so this constant tau is related to the cutoff frequency Fc. Now tau equals to Rc, which is equals to 1 by 2 pi Fc, or expressed in terms of cutoff frequency Fc, Fc equals to 1 by 2 pi Rc or 1 by 2 pi tau. So the output voltage Vout depends upon the time constant and the frequency of the input signal. With the sinusoidal signal that changes smoothly over time, the circuit behaves as a simple first order low pass filter as we have seen here. So but what if we were to change the input signal to that of a square wave shaped on off type signal that has almost vertical step input? What would happen to our filter circuit now? The output response of the circuit would change dramatically and produce another type of circuit known commonly as an integrator. So now what is an RC integrator circuit? So the integrator is basically a low pass filter circuit operating in the time domain that convert a square wave step response input signal into a triangular step waveform output. As the capacitor charge and discharge, a triangular waveform consists of alternate but equal positive and negative ramps as shown here. The RC time constant is long compared to the time period of the input waveform. The resultant output waveform will be triangular in shape, and the higher the input frequency, the lower will be the output amplitude compared to that input. Okay. So this makes the type of circuit ideal, converting one type of electronic signal to another for use in wave generation or wave shaping circuit. Now I will discuss about active low pass filter. So by combining a basic RC low pass filter circuit with an operational amplifier, we can create an active low pass filter circuit complete with amplification. So in the RC filter, we saw how a basic first order filter circuit such as the low pass and high pass filter can be made using just a single resistor in series with non-polarized capacitor connected across a sinusoidal input signal. We also notice that the main disadvantage of the passive filter is that the amplitude of the output signal is less than that of the input signal, and the gain is never greater than the unity, and that the load impedance affect the filter characteristics. With passive filter circuit containing multiple stages, this loss is in signal amplitude called attenuation can become quite severe. So one way of restoring or controlling this loss of signal is by using amplification through the use of active filters. So as their name applies, active filter contains active components such as operational amplifier, transistor or FETs within their circuit design. They draw their power from an external power source and use it to boost or amplify the output signal. Now filter amplification can also be used to either shape or alter the frequency response of the filter circuit by producing a more selective output response, making the output bandwidth of the filter more narrower or even wider. Then the main difference between a passive filter and active filter is amplification. An active filter generally used an operational amplifier, which is op amp, within its design in the operational amplifier, we saw that op-amp has a high input impedance, a low output impedance, and a voltage gain determined by the resistor network within its feedback loop. Unlike a passive high pass filter which has its theory and infinite high frequency response, the maximum frequency response of an active filter is limited to the gain per bandwidth product of the operational amplifier being used. Still, active filters are generally much easier to design than passive filter. They produce good performance characteristics, very good accuracy with a steep rolled off and low noise when used with a good circuit design. So about active low pass filter, the most common and easily understood active filter is active low pass filter. Its principle of operation and frequency response is exactly the same as those for the previously seen passive filter. The only difference this time is that the use of op-amp for amplification and gain control. The simplest form of a low pass active filter is to connect an inverting or non-inverting amplifier, the same as those discussed in op-amp on the basis RC low pass filter circuit shown here. Okay, so now I will discuss about the first order low pass filter. So the first order low pass active filter consists simply of a passive RC filter stage providing a low frequency path to the input of a non-inverting operational amplifier. The amplifier is configured as a voltage follower, which is buffer, giving it a DC gain of 1, which is unity. Okay, so gain as opposed to the, look at this is 1, which is unity. Okay, so gain as opposed to the previous passive RC filter which has a DC gain or less than unity. So the advantage of the configuration is that the op-amp high input impedance prevent excessive loading on the filter output, while its low output impedance prevent the filter cutoff frequency point from being affected by change in the impedance of the load. So while this configuration provides good stability to the filter, its main disadvantage is that it has no voltage gain above 1. However, although the voltage gain is unity, the power gain is very high as its output impedance is much lower than its input impedance. If a voltage gain greater than 1 is required, we can use following filter circuit. Look here, this is active low pass filter with amplification. So the frequency response of the circuit will be the same as that for the passive RC filter, except that the amplitude of the output is increased by the passband gain, which is AF of the amplifier. For a non-inverting amplifier circuit, the magnitude of the voltage gain for the filter is given as a function of the feedback resistor R2. Okay, look here, this is a feedback resistor R2 divided by its corresponding input resistance R1, and the value is given as DC gain equals to 1 plus R2 by R1. Therefore, the gain of an active low pass filter as a function of frequency will be, look here, gain of first order low pass filter, voltage gain AV equals to V out by V in, which is AF by root over 1 plus AF by FC whole square, where AF is the pass band gain of the filter, which is 1 plus R2 by R1. F equals to the frequency of input signal in Hertz and FC equals to the cutoff frequency in Hertz. Now the operation of low pass active filter can be verified from the frequency gain equation like this. At very low frequency, look here, when F less than FC, then V out by V in F, and now number 2 at the cutoff frequency F equals to FC, V out by V in equals to F by root 2, which is 0.707 AF, and 3 at very high frequency F greater than FC, V out by V in less than AF. Okay, so the active filter low pass filter has a constant gain AF from 0 Hz to high frequency cutoff point FC. At FC the gain 0.707 F, and after FC decrease at a constant rate as the frequency increases. That is, when the frequency is increased tenfold, which is 1 decade, the voltage gain is divided by 10. In other words, the gain decreased equals to 20 decibel equals to 20 log 10 each time the frequency is increased by 10. When dealing with filter circuit, the magnitude of the passband gain of the circuit is generally expressed in decibels, which is dB, as a function of the voltage gain, and this defined by, look here, magnitude of voltage gain in dB equals to 20 log 10 V out by V in, which is minus 3 decibel equals 20 log 10 0.070 V out by V. Now I will discuss with an example mathematics of active low pass filter. So look here, design a non-inverting active low pass filter circuit that has a gain of 10 at low frequency, a high frequency cutoff or corner frequency of 159 Hz, and an input impedance of 10 kilo ohm. Okay, so the voltage gain of non-inverting operation amplifier is given as AF equals to 1 plus R2 by R1 equals to 10. Assume a value for resistor R1 of 1 kilo ohm. Arranging the formula above, given as the value of R2 is 10 minus 1 to R1 n into 1 kilo ohm, which is 9 kilo ohm. 9 into 1 kilo ohm, 9 kilo ohm. Now gain in decibel equals to 20 log A, which is mean 20 log 10, which is 20 dB. The cutoff or corner frequency FC is given being 159 Hz with an input impedance of 10 kilo ohm. This cutoff frequency can be found by using this formula, F equals to 1 by 2 pi RC. Now C equals to 100 nanofarad. Okay, simple. So thus the final low pass filter circuit along with the frequency response is given here. Look here, R1 1 kilo ohm, R2 9 kilo ohm, and R equals to 10 kilo ohm, C equals to 100 nanofarad, and A equals to 10. Very simple. Now discuss about frequency response curve. This is the frequency response curve. If the external impedance connected to the input of the filter circuit change, this impedance change would also affect the corner frequency of the filter components connected together in series or parallel. One way of avoiding any external influence is to place the capacitor in parallel with the feedback resistor R2, effectively removing it from input but still maintaining the filter characteristics. However, the value of capacitor will change slightly from being 100 nanofarad to 110 nanofarad to take account of the 90 kilo ohm resistor, but the formula used to calculate the cutoff corner frequency is same as the used for RC passive low pass split, which is F equals to 1 by 2 pi C R2 Hz. So this is an example. Now I will discuss about simplified non-inverting amplifier filter circuit. So look here, this is a simplified non-inverting amplifier filter circuit. Here, due to the position of the capacitor in parallel with the feedback resistor R2, look here, the resistor is parallel with the capacitor, the low pass corner frequency is set as before, but at high frequency the reactance of the capacitor dominates, sorting out R2, reducing the gain, which bottoms out at unity, which is 0 decibel, since the gain equation become 1 plus Xc by R1. Now I will discuss about equivalent inverting amplifier filter circuit. So application of active low pass filter are in audio transformer, equalizer or speaker system to detect the lower frequency bass signal to the larger bass speaker, or to reduce any high frequency noise or hiss type distortion. When used like this in audio application, when the active low pass filter is sometimes then called bass boost filter. Okay, remember that, bass boost filter. So this is the equivalent inverter amplifying circuit. Now go through second order active low pass filter circuit. So as with this passive filter, a first order low pass active filter can be converted into a second order low pass filter simply by using an additional RC network in the input path. Okay, the frequency response of the second order low pass filter is identical to that of the first order type, except that the stop band roll off will be twice the first order filter at 40 decibel per decades, and which is also 12 decibel per octave. Therefore, the design steps required of the second order active low pass filter are same as second order. So this is the second order active low pass filter circuit. Look here, this is equals to 1 plus R2 by R1, Fc equals to 1 by 2 pi root over R2 R1 R3 R4. Look here, R3 R4 C1 C2. Okay, so when cascading together filter circuit to form higher order filters, the overall gain of the filter is equal to the product of each stage. For example, the gain of one stage may be 10, and the gain of the second stage may be 32, and the gain of the third stage may be 100. The overall gain will be 32,000, which is 10 into 32 into 100 as shown here. Look here, this is V in, this is 10, this is 32, this is 100, so 20 dB, 30 dB, 40 dB, and this is V out, this is V in, cascading voltage gain. Okay, here AB equals to AB1 into AB2 into AB3, which is equals to 10 into 32 into 100 equals to 32,000. Now look here, dB 20 log 10 32,000, so 90 dB equals to 20 dB plus 30 dB plus 40 dB. So second order two pole active filters are important because higher order filter can be designed using them by cascading together first order and second order filter. So filter with an order value, either odd or even, up to any value can be constructed. In next I will discuss about the active high pass filter and also the band pass, band stop, all pass, notch filter, and also I will discuss about decibel. So here I will discuss about some reference book, which is Circuit Theory and Analysis and Synthesis by Abhijit Chakraborty. I have already discussed about this book. This is a very good book according to my choice. Then Circuit and System by K.M. Soni. This is the best book in my choice for BTech engineers. And Circuit Theory and Networks by S.P. Ghosh and A.K. Chakraborty. So hope you all enjoy my lecture. If you have any query, then comment in my comment box. I will definitely reply to your comment. So please go through the part 1 section before going through this section, and after this please go through the part 3 and part 4 section. Then your idea about filter circuit will definitely clear. So please subscribe my channel and get update about my channel. So stay safe and stay happy.